You think Bitcoin could take off
Yes.
if the Fed favors a stable coin?
Yes.
That's one of your surprises?
Yeah, no one's expecting this. Everyone's looking at Bitcoin and saying it's down at 17 on its way to 9,000 or 8,000 or whatever it is. Hang on a minute. The Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, which is one of the 12 regional banks that make up the Fed, actually came out with a report in November whereby it said we actually see a need for something called for lack of a better word, a Fed coin, a stable coin linked to the dollar that would be backed by the central bank. And here's why. It would speed and enable the transfer of money between banks. We're not talking you and me saying, hey, give me $20 for, drinks last night. No, we're talking about, as an example, Mitsubishi Bank in Tokyo wants to get $100 million worth of yen into its New York branch. It needs $100 million of yen in Tokyo and $100 million of dollars in New York. You create a stable coin, it attaches the money, and simultaneously it's transferred. You don't need to have money in two places. You free up the capital.
And that would...
And it makes it more efficient.
So a Fed stable coin
Yes.
would make Bitcoin take off.
Yes, because what you're effectively doing is legitimizing the entire system. We all focus on the price of Bitcoin, and that's fair because that's the bright, shiny thing. But it's what Bitcoin can facilitate or accomplish.
Bitcoin as a benchmark to measure the health of the overall sector. The fundamentals of Bitcoin are at all-time highs. The number of users, the number of wallets, the hash rate, these are all currently sitting at record highs. Bitcoin is only 14 years old, and it's already one of the largest payment networks in the world today. Its transactional volume has exceeded that of American Express, and Discover is getting close to the size of MasterCard. So despite this being a very young and nascent ecosystem, there is volatility, but we are seeing very strong fundamentals underway.
But the message is pretty clear that free money is gone.
Absolutely. And that's the first portfolio resolution here, is really make sure that your portfolio is engineered for that end of free money. I think in the very short term, first quarter of the year, we're still talking about, is it 25 or 50 basis points in February? What's the terminal rate? Is it 5% or above? And that really matters tactically. But I think longer term, the read-through is even when rate cuts do arrive, which we think is next year, we will have a period of interest rates above the neutral level. And we are not going back to ZIRP. We're not going back to zero interest rate policy.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And what Adam Johnson leaves out about Bitcoin is that it's for the robots, algorithms, and drones. Guys, we know in crypto, they're steady building this new financial system. And the big corporations and big banks are 100% behind it. And now that the free money is gone, the Fed and the central banks get to destroy this legacy market in the name of controlling inflation that they caused. And remember, they already did a test run with the C word. Remember, when they put everybody out of work, you barely had employees. This time going around, when they put everybody out of work, they already have the robots, algorithms, and drones to replace them. AI is going to be embedded in everything that we actually do. So we know they caused the problem. Wait for the reaction and run in with the solution. And this solution has been waiting for over 10 years. And we know 10 years is the manifestation period. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Many new products across our notebooks, as well as you mentioned, our new Ryzen AI capability, which is the first time we're putting AI, directly in our notebook processors. And I really view this as the beginning of a wave, John. I mean, we've talked about, sort of the importance of having sort of the right computing for the right application. And, we see that certainly in the cloud and what we're doing in, the large data centers. But now also bringing that into the notebook form factor, it will allow us to improve user experiences like never before. And that's really exciting. We see things like making your collaboration much more, real life, improving your productivity, improving, your gaming, and for commercial users, improving the way you do security for your IT departments. So yes, we're very excited about it, but I would say that this is the beginning of where AI can really become, sort of mainstream in everything that we have in Silicon.
Web services under assault, had a lot of advertising business. That was another one of the things that we were hoping for Amazon. I don't think that's strong anymore. But they have, they hired a huge number of people last year, Becky. I mean, not unlike Alphabet. They just hired a lot of people. Firing 18,000 people, frankly, is nothing. They have a bigger group of people that are in the armed forces. Some people say they have as many as 1.5 million, which is, they added a lot of people last year. They're not done. One of the reasons why the stock's not up more, I think, is that they didn't fire enough people. Well, plus the Esther George interview, which was really very, very good. There's just a lot not to like here.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.